Yeah, Israel 1 through 12. What you know about it? King Talk. Follow me. They taught us lies and changed the image of his greatness. Gave us religion and it was off to the races. You got your idols and you wanna play your favorites. Same color, don't matter, your mind frame's basic. I kick truth and cover all bases. I'm talking facts and you wanna call me racist. I'm in the game with a handful of aces. Explore Job 9:24 and peep the fakeness. The game vandals change the faces, a damn shame. False image in your picture frame. It's not a game of ignorance, got my spirit inflamed. I'm talking renaissance. You prance around like a debutante. Prideful and ignorant, the spirit of people love to flaunt. It's carte blanche when we set up shop on your block. To teach the word, the cream rises to the top. Got my feet firm in the pavement. Taking out these zombies, witches, and these pale-faced cavemen. And don't provoke to get hung like my hat and my coat. You heard Christ was white, but that was just a hope. Studs and fringes in my fatigue coat. And we hope to eliminate all wickedness, but suckers keep bumping their guns, sounding ridiculous. You wanna know who it is? It's IQAhmath, IQAhmath first name. The rest of y'all the straight lane. Here we go. I gotta let you know. I keep it 100, you keep it COINTELPRO. Whoa. So don't even trip. I got a sword in my hand. I ain't scared to let it rip. I'm here to let you know. I keep it 100, you keep it COINTELPRO. Whoa, so don't even trip. I got a sword in my hand, I ain't scared to let it rip. It's time to get rid of you, trapped in the black mirror. Subject to political theater, you won't hear the sound of the trumpet. Load the clip and dump it. There's no touching the Most High's beloved. These niggas want me to stop teaching, change the subject. My mood fluctuates up and down like your budget. Here's a little nugget, cash it in if you like. In the world of darkness, the only light you got is Christ. I'm trapped in hell, but I meditate calmly. Don't follow crowds, I'm avoid you zombies. Giving my fringes, to hell with Abercrombie. My conscience clear, fear won't allow me to break the mold. Follow the globe, to teach laws and commandments, I ain't breaking the code. Slaves bought and sold, identity never told. It's hard to stay hot in a world so cold. This shit is sad, grown men dressed in drag. Hit him with the law, them niggas be hauling ass. Catfish on the gram wearing a mask, trying to gather this 1/3 for sure is a tough task, but I stay focused, giving hope to the hopeless. Kwam Yasha Allah, the slogan, so take notice. Plague a locust to those with bogus motives. Bury him 6 feet deep to smell the roast. Here we go, I gotta let you know. I keep it 100, you keep it COINTELPRO. Whoa, so don't even trip. I got a sword in my hand, I ain't scared to let it rip. I'm here to let you know. I keep it 100, you keep it COINTELPRO. Whoa, so don't even trip. I got a sword in my hand, I ain't scared to let it rip.
I ain't scared to let it rip. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. While Yahweh Shai, that's your brother IQAhmath. IQAhmath first name, IQ is all the same. Shalom to the saints in the house. Shalom to the saints in the house. All praises. Excuse me. Let me get rid of this banner because we're not going to be beginning shortly. We're beginning right now. Right now. Right. Hopefully everybody's doing well on the Shabbat, man. Had a blessed Sabbath evening leading into the day. And everybody's good. Salute to the families in the house, man. The house of Byron. Brother Ron, shalom to you. Shalak, Ashar, Kohath. My brothers up in the Northwest. Aladad in the house. Bayan in your household, man. Shabbat shalom to y'all, man. And pre-new moon blessings to all of y'all. Going on right now. We won't be having a new moon service tonight, but we will be celebrating and observing the new moon this evening, bringing in the second Adar this month. I mean, of this close out of our year, leading into what's going to be a bib coming up next month. All right. So all praises for that, man. Hezekiah, shalom. Hey, man, forgive me for not reaching out to you. I got to get back at you, man. I got to get back at you and catch up with you, man. Prayerfully, everything's well with you, as well as can be, I should say, right? Not gonna belabor the point too much more. Trying to give everybody a chance to come on in, get hip to the game of what we're doing over here, man. DSTM, this is episode 276. All praises. Rosemary, shalom to you, my sister. Shalom to you. I sent you an email. Check it out if you haven't already. When you get a moment. Doing some research and some follow-up, so got some promising information in there for you. So Lord willing, we can close up that gap. And anybody else, man, who's going to be joining in on this live as we continue on, man. Shalom to y'all, man. If you're watching it on the rebound, shalom, peace and blessings to you. But let's get to it, man. I don't have a lot of time to waste today, so to speak. Got to get assembled and get ready for the new moon this evening. So I want to make sure that I get some information across, man. DSTM style, feel me? All right, all praises, Hezekiah. I give you a call this week. I give you a call this week. All right, no doubt. All right, so let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Anybody else that's dragging their feet, man, coming up in here? Hopefully they drag their feet across that rug, man, and wipe their feet. You know, that's what we need is participation that away. Yeah. Yeah, Rosemary, I did send you an email, so just check your email and we'll connect that way. All right. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. As we've been reading and seeing, excuse me, through the past few weeks, let alone the past couple of years, the incoming World War III talk, rhetoric, nuke bomb, so forth and so on is in full flare. Full flare, right? If you remember a couple of weeks ago, or it might have been even last week, President Macron over there in France has spilled the beans and basically said that if Russia, if things keep going the way that they're going, members of NATO are already ready to go to war with Russia. And remember, Poland and a couple other nations popped out and was like, "Hold on, we're not doing that." Germany, we're not one of those guys. We're not ready to do that. You know, you're speaking prematurely. Slow down. It was him and Slovak, the prime minister of Slovakia, I believe, or Slovak, might have been his name. I can't remember, but I just remember those names. We're talking about NATO getting ready to prepare themselves for war with Russia, which essentially means World War III. You even had Lloyd Austin, the defense secretary for the U.S. He says if Ukraine loses, NATO has to go to war with Russia, which is including America, right? So since then, even though some of the NATO nations have backed down and said, "Hold on, we're not pushing that line. What are you talking about?" Macron doubles down. So, you know, there's no escaping this whole thing. There's no escaping this. Just like we read in, let me get that out of Ezekiel 7. And let's read verse 25. And Ezekiel 7:25 says, "Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none." So, you know, clearly we see that although you have a couple of rogue nations going wild within NATO, saying that they're ready, they're arming up. The only way around this is to have a direct conflict with Russia. You got some who's like, "No, hold on, maybe there's a sign for peace. Maybe we can hold up." No, not going down. Right, the Most High has already made it clear that the arrow and the bow has been bent, and who's going to return it? You can seek peace, and the Lord said that there shall be none. Excuse me. So, even though they're trying to get up out of it, Macron, that's to let you know how the Spirit of the Lord works, because as he was told, basically, like, we're all not on one accord with that. Hold on. No. Guess what? He doubled down and said the West may need to save Ukraine if Russia makes a breakthrough. Well, how many more headlines do we have to hear regarding Ukraine is in trouble? It's not looking good. The graveyards are overpacked. They're running around recruiting from everywhere, from a barbershop to a swimming pool and in old folks' homes, anywhere they can get a warm body. They're trying to get out there on the field. They're drafting and recruiting women, that anybody they can. That lets you know that they're in dire straits right now. They're just prepping the world to let it be known what's getting ready to come. The writing is already on the wall. It's already been definitive that Ukraine has lost this war. It's over with. Now they have to start pushing the propaganda of, hey, we have to go ahead on and go to war. If you notice, Sweden's supposed to be the most peaceful country in the world. They just recently joined NATO. Now, if a nation such as Sweden, a peaceful nation like Sweden, says we need to join the warmongering NATO collective, what is that telling us? What is that telling us? I didn't even have this in my news bracket today for DSTM, but just in the spirit, look, NATO. Sweden officially joins NATO, becoming the alliance's 32nd member. So when lines are drawn and it's being made clear, look, we're getting ready to go to war with Russia and all its allies. Sweden, if you want to get left out there and get caught slipping, go ahead, or you can join the alliance, man, and we'll help defend you. What do they say? I think we're going to need those protections. We can't just sit back and just keep talking about we're staying out of it. We ain't got beef with nobody. Y'all go ahead. No, they're being told, draw a line. You better come on this side, or you can get caught slipping out there with the rest of them. See how it says here? They remain neutral. Sweden joining NATO was scarcely conceivable a little more than 2 years ago. The country remained neutral in both world wars, but when Russian troops began marching toward Kiev in 2022 of February, it later lets you know, man, that the pressures was on for Sweden to join up. So the acknowledgement of, hey, we need peace, even the most peaceful country is saying, yeah, we're out of here with that. We're going to go ahead on and join up with NATO. 32 against Russia. And let's jump over here. In second, 32 nations, man, are going to go up against Russia and their allies, being who? Iran, various countries in Africa. They've got Saudi Arabia on their team. They got China on their team, North Korea on their team, various countries in South and Central America, Cuba, Venezuela, Brazil. They're riding with Russia. You dig what I'm saying? Egypt, they've got an alliance with Russia. So this is how you're stacking up the deck. What world war? What world? Who's in the world? Who's everybody? Everybody, every nation of power, every nation that has a cultural or economic influence on the world, a military, prepared to defend their territories. They're all getting ready to go. So if the most peacefulest nation is saying we got to go to war, we don't want to get caught out there, then you know what time it is. Second Ezra 16, it says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia! Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria." So here we're seeing various nations involved. Babylon representing the west, Asia representing the east, Egypt representing Africa, all throughout the continent, Syria, the Middle East. You're talking about all over the world. Continuing on. "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." So war is at hand. Destruction is at hand. A sword is upon you, and who may turn it back? There is no playing the middle for Sweden. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't no, we're staying out of that war. That's nothing to do with it. Not this go around. They're going to have to make a choice, and they did. Continuing on, it says, "A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?" Who? Slow Biden? Donald Trump? Mad Vlad? Gigi Ping Pong? No, none of them are going to turn away these plagues, man. They're going to play their part. So look at this. Emmanuel Macron warned that the West may have to step in to save Ukraine if Russia makes a breakthrough on the Eastern Front, according to reports on Thursday. The French president produced maps to show opposition leaders invited to the Elysee Palace points of potential Russian breakthrough towards Odessa or Kiev. He told them there should be, quote, no more red lines on this country involvement in the conflict. These are maps of the Ukraine front line freely available anywhere, the Elysee told the Telegraph. Speaking after the 2.5-hour meeting, the party chiefs said the talks with Macron had left them concerned, with some accusing him of seeking to exploit the conflict of domestic gain ahead of a key European elections in June. Yeah, there's like over 14 elections going on throughout the world. This is a pivotal time for world governments, for decision making in regards to the quote unquote direction that the world is headed in, economics, warfare, food, pestilence, plague, international agreements, economic sanctions, so forth and so on, man, from the BRICS to the downfall of the American dollar, man. All these nations are making particular choices, and leaderships are either going to be continuing on, or you're going to have new people pop up in there that's going to bring more issues to the pot that was never happening before. So they're saying he's utilizing this information for politics, but I can't tell because it surely got Sweden jumping. It surely has Germany jumping, Poland jumping, all of the other little Uzbekistan and all them countries surrounding Russia. They're all loading up and preparing and hunkering down on their bunkers at their borders. So is it for politics or is it for real? We see what it is. Let's continue. Look, NATO fighter jets green light to carry nukes as tension with Russia soars. Did you hear that? How come they just can't have just regular old bombs? Why are we talking thermonuclear, huh? Where are we hearing that from? We've read about these issues before, haven't we? Look at Second Ezra, right? Let's read verse Second Ezra 15. We're going to read 40 or 41. It says, the great and mighty cloud shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star that they may make all the earth afraid. So these clouds they're talking about, these are the worldly chariots. These are the jets. These are the F-16s. These are the Tomahawk helicopters and all that other stuff. These are all puffed up full of wrath. This is how we see how they're getting puffed up, because now they're getting armed with nukes. They're getting armed up and they're getting ready for war. It says, and a star, meaning that's a thermonuclear bomb. It says that they may make all the earth afraid. Well, why would all the earth be afraid? Because we're talking world war, global conflict. Everybody in the earth will be affected. And them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over high an eminent place and horrible star. Well, you hear like Putin talking about his Satan II missile. You hear about the ICBM missiles that can come from North Korea. I mean, they can hit up America in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on where, or if it's between Russia and between North Korea and China. You're talking about completely obliterating and vaporizing everything and anything in its paths. And then what it doesn't hit, I mean, I remember showing a little grid a while back. You could be 3-4 miles away from the initial point of the destruction and still come out with third degree burns from where the initial inception of the bomb hit. You'd be 3-4 miles away and still get burnt. Let alone forget about the food supply, forget about the imminent destruction, everything that comes along with it. This is why we're hearing about these things. A horrible star. Fire and hail and flying swords. Well, what are flying swords? Those are missiles. What other thing can Ezra in his vision and his understanding describe it as. He said, man, these things look like swords flying in the air coming from these clouds. They were out here with fire coming behind them and the destruction like they had hail, obliterating everything in its path. And many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers in the abundance of great water. So it's even going to come from naval aspects. It's going to come from the air. It's coming on the ground, right? So these are the type of destructions that's coming along. And now we're hearing about NATO even propagating that they're arming their F-16s with nukes. With nukes. See, didn't the Most High tell us in 2 Peter about the elements being melted with fervent heat when he brings when the judgment happens and the destruction goes down with America and the nations? NATO fighter jets green light to carry nukes as tension with Russia soars. The F-35A Joint Strike Fighter has been certified to carry thermonuclear weapons as tensions between Russia and NATO hit a breaking point. A breaking point. Can you imagine? Then now they're just riding around with nukes. All it takes is one slip of the button, whoops, one miscommunication. Oh yeah, yeah. Don't drop the bomb. I missed that. Did you say drop the bomb? Roger that. Don't drop. Boom. And somebody done let something off, man. Most High scramble their communications, man. Who knows what goes on? And all of a sudden, all hell is broken loose, man, and we're engaged in the forthcoming of our deliverance up out of here. Let's continue. Look at this. Iranian assassin on the loose in America, targeting Trump-era officials. So, of course, now they're going to start pumping this up about, more about the borders being wide open. And guess who's coming in? You constantly keep hearing the same phrase, military-aged men. I'm trying to wonder, like, where did that first come from? Because you're hearing it on all the talking heads, on these talk shows, podcasts, news outlets. Everything is military-aged men. When they put them Mockingbird type of scenarios out there, man, it's predictive programming. They got people buying into it. Oh, everybody, all the people that's coming over here is military-aged men. Insinuating that they're all over here to, wage war. It's a bunch of sleeper cells coming through, which I wouldn't doubt if some are, but now that they've got intelligence that one dude is an assassin. I mean, look at him. He, hands on his hips with a big belly. Does he look like he's ready to, Now I can't judge the book by his cover. He might be some dangerous ass Jake. Who knows? Not Jake, but he might be a dangerous heathen. But apparently they're putting it out there that if there's one, there's got to be more. Under President Joe Biden's disastrous open southern border policy, there is a significant concern among federal officials that terrorists are entering the United States freely and could be plotting assassination attacks against former and current government officials. First reported by Semaphore, the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Miami's field office released new information on an Iranian intelligence officer by the name of Majid Dasjani Farhani, who is wanted for, quote, questioning in connection with the recruitment of individuals for various operations in the United States to include lethal targeting of current and former United States government officials. Now, they're saying he just wanted for questioning, right? But the headline saying he's an Iranian assassin. Later on, they say he's an intelligence officer. So which is it? Is he an assassin? Is he an intelligence officer? I mean, this is why we got to be careful when we research stuff. You hear about the military-aged men, but then we hear about how America is going to be trying to co-opt the so-called migrants to join the army and to join the military here. Not so much the military-aged men who's coming over here to supplant the U.S. and be, sleeper cells that's going to terrorize everybody. They're military-aged men because they're going to be qualifying them to join Babylon's army and fight for the beast. To come into your neighborhood, my neighborhoods, and regulate Jakes. This is what's going on. But the word is out, man. They're sliding on in here. Believe it if you want to. Whether or not there's assassins sliding through and they out to get the government officials, in timely fashion. So if there's a poisoning or uh, attempt on slow Biden's life, because we hear everything going on with him. He's too old. He can't. We don't need him. Trump, he's too old. Plus, he's wicked. We don't need him. So why not have an assassination attempt? Say that there's an assassination attempt with these type of people. Meanwhile, if somebody on the inside who done dropped a little something in slow Biden's, Geritol, and boom, he's about it. Or Trump, and they put a little poison in his hairspray, man, and he spray it down and inhale something. He out of there. You know what I'm saying? And then they can say, "Oh, it was Majid. That's Johnny." Yeah, it was him. So they can get rid of these two cats, man, and get rid of it. I mean, did y'all? I didn't even watch it, man, because I can't stomach the dude too much or too long, unless he's fumbling and falling on the stage or something. But he had his State of the Union address earlier. Slow Biden, I'm speaking on State of the Union address. By all accounts that I'm reading, he was yelling and trying to stick his chest out and trying to prove that he's not too old and that he's cognizant. I mean, it sounded like he had a form of road rage. I mean, not roid rage, roid rage. You seen it, by because they saying he was out there puffing his chest out and yelling and trying to act like, yeah, I got it all together. Trying to get aggressive and all of that. It lets you know, man, they done pumped him up with some HGH or some performance enhancing drugs, man, some roids. Got him pumped up for to be able to speak for an hour. Plus they said he was late as hell. He was 2 hours, 20 some odd minutes late. They must have had to wait for the drugs to kick in so he can get out there and do what he does. But you said it was terrible. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. But don't be surprised, man, if they try to get rid of these cats. They already got the scapegoats. You feel me? So they can slide in somebody else. Who that would be, I don't know. We're gonna see later as we continue on. Haiti is descending into pure hell, man. I'm sure, and I know y'all seen this. Haiti's neighbors prepare for drastic escalation of violence after jailbreak. You remember her, the president of Haiti got assassinated a couple of years ago. They just brought his wife up on in the indictment, saying that she was involved in his assassination. I mean, Haiti is spiraling completely out of control. Gangs have taken over. You want to talk about sedition? I mean, there it is. If you want to see a preview of what is destined to hit the shores of America, the Most High always gives us a little preview. Look at Port-au-Prince. Haiti's neighbors on Monday began shoring up their defenses and recalling embassy staff as a gang conflict in the Caribbean nation escalated and thousands fled fresh fighting. On Sunday, Haiti's de facto government issued a 72-hour state of emergency and imposed a nightly curfews after armed men busted thousands from prison and a gang leader called for the ousting of Prime Minister Ariel Henry. So gangs have taken over. They busted out, I think, over 3,000 people out the jails. They're running wild in the streets, joining the gangs. It's complete chaos over there. Complete chaos. The Dominican Republic, which shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti and last year deported tens of thousands of Haitians back across the border, said on Monday its defense minister was touring the border to supervise progress on the border fence and the operational readiness of the military. So they're getting ready to shore up their defenses. The Dominican Republic is trying to keep them Haitians up out of there. And there's already a history of racism between them two. So now they've got even more rights saying, get them all up out of here. See, they deported tens of thousands last year. Now they're getting ready to, enact a border security to make sure nobody can escape seeking refuge from all of this hell spiraling out of control. But you know, it's par for the course, man. Me, we discussed this earlier, man, with the brothers in the brothers earlier today. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. So the Most High said, the time is going to come when judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. The house of the Most High is Israel. We're going to get it first, right? So when the Most High starts judging Israel, man, especially when you're looking at, you know, what's going on within the nation of Israel, man, and the Hebrew Israelite communities and whatnot, man, there's all kind of chaos in regards to doctrinal differences. You're seeing sin and unrighteousness rising to the top. Well, it is Passover time, man. And 11, it's starting to get puffed up and swelled up and got to be revealed, and we got to make amends. We got to repent. We got to do the things that are necessary for the Most High to forgive us, and His everlasting mercies and grace rest upon us. But at the same time, the Most High is going to make some judgments, and He's going to make examples of our people. And we see here, Haiti is being completely put on front street for the world stage to see how the Most High is dealing with His children. Judgment's got to begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? So if the internal and the righteous of Israel, if we're being judged and we're going through our own tribulations and afflictions and trials and so forth and so on, it says, man, what about those in the world that don't obey the gospel? What do they got coming? All we got to do is look right there. They're going through pure hell on earth. From body, they talking about bodies is just laying in the streets out there right now. Starvation and plague, violence galore, sedition and and obstruction of justice from the government. It's over with. It is over with over there. And they've been going through it for a long time, man. Even since back when they had the earthquake, I can't remember if that was 2010, but somewhere around there they had that big earthquake. Haiti's been catching it bad. Jeremiah 25:29. Let's read 27. It says, therefore, thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the power of hosts, the power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more because of the sword which I will send among you. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. So when the wrath of the Most High is being placed upon nations and our people, and we're seeing how the Most High is forcibly making us drink His wrath and making the nations forcibly drink His wrath, man, we see what ends up happening. Look at verse 29. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished? So the Most High is rebuking the nations here. He's saying, look, if I brought evil on the city that's called by my name, if I brought evil upon Yerushalayim, if I brought evil upon Israel, Yasha'Allah, if I brought evil on them, if I see the Haitians, the Cubans, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, if we're experiencing third world conditions and going through hell, he said, man, you think the nations aren't going to be unpunished? They're sitting back acting like they're on heaven on earth and everything's great and nothing's going to touch them. Most High said, what? You think you're going to be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon the inhabitants of the earth, saith the power of hosts. They're going to get it through means unbeknownst to man. As we read in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, it said there's going to be a war like none other. I mean, the 12th chapter and the 2nd verse, there's going to be war like another. The nation's going to really feel the pain. But the Most High said, man, He's going to judge us first. He said, man, I'm going to bring evil upon this city. So look, our people is catching it. This is why Israel, man, we got to get our people to repent. We got to get them to change their ways, man. They thinking like everything, the way that they've been going, the faster that we see, man, our ways has not worked. We voted. Haiti was the first so-called black uh, country and nation to have successful rebellions. Denmark Vesey and Toussaint Louverture and them brothers, man, leading out rebellions, slaughtering Esau, taking justice into their own hands. Did that work? Look at the end results. They're not a sovereign nation, man, who's running things in righteousness and got their stuff together. They're in the worst condition. Now we salute brothers, man, for trying to take a stand, but it was not the time. It was not the time. So we try to vote, we try to rebel, we try to fight back. Sisters out there, man, getting BBLs and breast jobs and going out shaking, doing something strange for some change. You thinking that's going, get you on top. Brothers out there robbing and killing each other and selling dope and smoking dope. That none of that has worked for us. Oh, maybe I'm just gonna get educated, man. I'm gonna go ahead and accelerate into the business world. I'm gonna get this money. How's that change for our people, man? Money doesn't buy happiness, so we can see many of our people who will accumulate wealth are all catching hell. Look at P. Diddy. Look at R. Kelly. Look at Kobe Bryant and all the rest of these stars, man, that end up getting all this money. And for what? At the end all be all, man, the Most High will pull your card and that'll be it. Guarantee you. These guys, man, they would change whatever's going on in their life right now. They probably would change it all if they could just go back to being normal again. I bet you R. Kelly sitting in that cell, he got 30 years. He's sitting there saying, damn, if I wasn't who I was, this would never happen to me. If I didn't have these particular spirits on me, and whether he's guilty or not, he did it, I don't know. Most High knows. But there's enough to be suspicious to say, hey, man, that dude had a fetish that, got him caught up. So when we try to take matters into our own hands, it doesn't work that way. Does not work that way. The Most High told us what we need to do. Let's go to Proverbs 3 real quick. Proverbs 3 and 5, it says, trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. That's what the Most High requires of us, man. Plain and simple. Now we see what happens when we displease the Lord and we see what's going on, man. Haiti's in big trouble. Big trouble. Let's continue. Look at this. The United States urged its citizens to leave Haiti as soon as possible. The violence erupted while Henry was absent. Doubts had risen over his whereabouts after he traveled to Kenya to seal a deal for the African nation to lead an international force to help fight the increasingly powerful gangs. Haiti will go hungry soon. Look at that. They're talking about Haiti going. Hold on. Yeah. My bad, y'all. Okay. Haiti's going to go hungry soon as looting sparks food shortage crisis and society plunges into chaos. But experts warning the country is falling apart as barbecue gang leader thugs take control. I mean, what didn't Yahushua warn us about? Famines, plagues. Second Ezra 15:12 says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And look, this how man, if our people ain't seen it by now, where's the humanitarian aid to Haiti right now? Where's the budget? They bending over backwards, man, trying to get some scrounge up some change, man, to go send to Ukraine and to go send to Russia. Go send to Israel and scraping up some money and some food supplies to go send to Gaza. What do they do when it happened to Haiti? Oh, when the earthquake hit, man, yeah, they sent the UN troops over there. They brought cholera and disease, jacked up. They raped women. Yeah, all of them, the UN workers, man. Hold on. Y'all may not remember. I remember. Hillary and Bill Clinton, man, stole money. The Clinton Foundation. Look at it. UN admits for the first time that peacekeepers brought cholera to Haiti. This was after the earthquake. Ban Ki-moon said deadly outbreak that killed thousands lead to blemish on the United Nations reputation, ending 6 years of refusing to claim responsibility. 6 years they lied. Killed thousands just off a disease. That was after the earthquake. There was already thousands dead from the earthquake. UN workers raping. Let's see if they admit to this. Oh, sexual abuse by UN peacekeepers. You go into this Google article, I guarantee you it's going to talk about, look, peacekeepers ran child sex ring in Haiti over 10 years. Dozens of children were left behind by UN personnel in Haiti. I mean, come on. Where is the humanitarian aid? I mean, at this point, man, that's why Haiti's like, nah, stay away. We don't want your help. Because when you bring help, man, you bring in more damn plague, more death, more rape, more destruction. You dig what I'm saying? But it's at this point, man, just stay away and go just give them some money, man. Go help them. Let them figure it out, man. Drop off some food packages, do something. They ain't going to do that, man. They're going to let all them niggas kill each other. And send in the chaos, man. They're going to wait till they turn into zombies and cannibals, man, eating each other just to survive, doing whatever they can. And then what's America going to do? They're going to go over there with the military, sweep everything up out of there, take it over, implement a new puppet leader, recolonize the damn place, man, and destroy everything. Just like they do all the time. That whole assassination of the old president, man, remember those two guys they had connections with, I think one dude was Dominican, another dude, the other two was Haitian. Somehow they had some connections with some American officials. His wife now getting indicted about having him killed. You always want to know where the evil is, man. Follow the money. You know, the Most High told us. The love of money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money. Money can't be evil by itself. If you got an unscrupulous desire for it, man, and a covetous nature about you that you love that money so much, man, it becomes a god unto you. Now we see why evil follows right along with it. Let's continue on here. It says, so Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and the fearful consolation, both to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So we're seeing these type of activities going on right now. From World War conflicts going on in Africa, you got them going on in Israel and Gaza, you got it going on between Ukraine and Russia, you got it going on right there within Haiti, it's going on in Central America, South America, with the gangs and the drug wars and the cartels. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See that? So everybody's doing what's right in their own eyes, man. Plunging into complete chaos and sedition, meaning what? They're not going to abide by any governmental structure or authority. Everybody's going to do what they feel. Mob rule. Mob rule, man. That's why the gangs is taking over. That's what's going to be, you know, when you see movies like The Book of Eli and Thunderdome, Mad Max and everything, when society completely collapses and breakdowns, man, gangs and evil alliances are the ones who's going to be running every damn thing. They're going to prey on the weak, steal your goods. I just heard, and I remember brothers tell me, I haven't seen this, I haven't seen a particular video, but I did just see a video with it was a Navy SEAL, and he was talking about whether he was a prepper or not. And he was like, you know, I don't have 30 years worth of food and all this ammo and all this other stuff. And, you know, he's like, I got medical kits, you know, because I'm concerned about helping people if they need it. He was like, but if it comes down to food, weapons, he was like, yeah, I know people who got all this stuff, man. I know people got all this food and they ain't got no guns. So I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna take their stuff. I'm gonna go get there. I'm taking, that's what we train for. I'm getting their weapons and everything else. So even that's understood. Like they're not going crazy worrying about prepping. They already say, well, we've been trained to invade buildings and sweep rooms and take whatever we want and take lives. What they're already plotting and planning on how they're going to survive. They already know. So when it all boils down to it, man, sedition, everybody doing what's right in their own eyes, ain't nobody paying attention to authority and all of that. That's what we're seeing right now, and you hear from different people's testimonies saying that that's how it's going to go down. So if you're not on the side of the Most High and the righteous and have a seal of the Lord on you, forget about it, man. Look, Cuba asks UN for help as food shortages worsen. So even Cuba is experiencing famine and plague. So not only are we seeing famine going on in Haiti, Cuba, you see it down in Argentina where inflation is well beyond 200%, coming up short on food. I mean, still got bread lines going on in Venezuela. You see what's happening in the Middle East. So yeah, famine, as Yahweh warned us, is here. It's here. Cuba's government has for the first time asked the UN's food program for help as food shortages on the communist-run island worsen. Notice that it says for the first time they finally said, "Man, this is bad. We ain't getting about this thing. We need help." And we just seen what the UN is up to when it comes down to dealing with Israel. They are going over there, man, rape, sex traffic some kids, spread disease in exchange for some bread and some oatmeal and some GMO, who knows what. But it's how it goes. You got to go and want of your enemies for all things, man. That's what the scriptures tell us in Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. 40. 48. It says, therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. So we've got the yokes of iron that's on our minds right now. It's locked down, but seeking out hunger and thirst through the help of our enemies is part of the curses. This is where Cuba had to finally break down and said, "Oh, we're going to break down, man. We're going to ask you in for food. We need help." That's the curses. The World Food Program said it had received an unprecedented official request from the Cuban government for help providing powdered milk to children under 7 years of age. The request is a sign of seriousness of Cuba's economic crisis, as well as a shortage of milk, fuel, and medicines are also running low. Where else are we hearing about medicines and fuel costs? America's been teetering with high gas prices, energy costs for the last 2-3 years. Now we're talking about medicines, right? Remember last week, the was it last week or the week before? The pharmaceutical databases got hacked and medicines was being stalled out. People couldn't get their prescriptions. You also had CVS's and Walgreens closing down, man, where Jace couldn't get access to their prescriptions. So, we're seeing that play out here on lighter levels, but at the same time, still happening. It hasn't been full blown like we see over there in Cuba, but we're getting little doses of it. And before you know it, it's going to be happening in this state, this county, that county, and it's going to really be all bad. So Cuba is going through it. Look at this, death by aid drop. Hamas claims 5 civilians, including 2 young boys, were killed by a Gaza airdrop after a parachute carrying a heavy load failed to deploy. So here they are dropping off food, and oops, you think that there was really a failure of the parachute, or do you think they actually don't put a parachute on that one? Yeah, leave parachutes, about 3 of those. Yeah, don't do nothing, man. And as the kids are going, yeah, America feed us, but and they can blame it and say, oops, oh, sorry guys, the parachute didn't deploy. 5 kids get smashed from a food deployment airdrop. And that's just like some damn animals, man. When you throwing food inside the cage, man, don't feed them too close. We're not going in there, man. Just drop food out the air, give it to them. And that's a damn white man's God complex too, trying to be like the Most High. With quails come dropping from the sky for Israel, here he goes saying, I can do that too. I can do airdrops of food. Might kill your kids, but hey, at least I'm dropping off some poison for them. So America's up to its old tricks, man. I have a hard time believing that it was an accident. They failed to deploy. Really? Oh, okay. And you're allies with Israel, right? Oh, so yeah. Believe that if you want to, man. But like I said, treating damn heathen like they animals. Stand outside the cage and throw them some bread. Watch them scramble to eat it. They gotta go in and airdrop some food like it's unsafe. They can't just go in there, man, armed up with the damn red, white, and blue patches on their arms and Humvee vehicles and helicopters and go in there and drop off. They think they can't go in there and do that? Man, them damn Ishmaelite sand niggas ain't gonna do nothing but say thank you. You see what happened last week, because we see the Israelis was blocking off food shipments and doing everything, and now when they did bring in some food supplies, they start shooting them and saying, oh, it was because they were trampling each other. It wasn't our fault. So there you have it. 20,000 soldiers from 13 countries inside NATO's huge drill on Putin's doorstep. We've seen and understood that NATO is going to be operating its largest military exercise this year in preparations for war with Russia and Putin. So we're just seeing that those things are definitely underway. It says for nearly 2 weeks, forces from 13 nations will participate in NATO military drills in the northern regions of Finland, Norway, and Sweden. The accessions of Finland and Sweden to the Western Alliance have transformed the security environment in Northern Europe and the Arctic Circle. So with the additions of Finland and Sweden joining NATO now they can expand their military stronghold in Northern Europe in preparations for war with Russia. All right, so we see that that's continuing on. We've been documenting and seeing this for a hot minute now, haven't we? Been talking about them coming after the speech. The famine of the word, slowly but surely being talked about. Legislative bills are being introduced. You see what happened over there in Canada. Slow Biden's administration has already had the FBI securing and spying and creating files on anybody who is typing MAGA on their social medias. What are they doing? What are they buying? Even those purchasing Bibles were labeled as people who need to be on the watch list. Now look at this. Send your neighbor to prison for, quote, wrong speak and get $2,000 from taxpayers in the state of Washington. Oh, isn't that nice? If you see something, say something. Remember that? That's what started this whole. You see something, say something. Remember what was going on? How many people were willing to wild out and act a fool when you seen somebody not follow the protocols and didn't have a mask on? Hey, you don't have a mask on. Hey, how do you guys let them in here? They don't have a mask. What? People are already on paranoia level 10 and ready to snitch and drop dimes on anybody. You know, you got your neighbors over there. Oh, they're over there. He's got a garden. Hey, we're not supposed to have gardens in his backyard. We're not zoned for that. I'm gonna report that. You know, this is where you see the uprisings of the Kens and the Karens. And I remember a few years back, I did I remember having an article about, you know, how many white women are on uh I don't want to say antipsychotic, but they're all on meds for mental health. You know, these housewives, man, are sitting at home drinking Chardonnay, popping a pill here or there, man. And then they go out to the store and they twist it and they start talking crazy to, you know, a sister in the store, brother in the store, or all that. A lot of them is all because they're all strung out on dope, man, and emotionally unstable, which we see. You know, we always be looking at the Karens and be like, man, what is wrong with her? But there was an article, man, and a study that was done, man. They did a survey that a lot of these white women, man, they done lost their minds and they all on drugs. They're all on drugs, right? But look at this. Now they got the hotline, man. WRONGSPEAK. Okay. So, you know, brothers out on the street, brothers having, you know, Bible studies at their homes. Your neighbors don't like what you're talking about. Oh, you outside blowing that damn shofar when a new moon hits and your neighbor's pissed off. We don't like that. We hear that they're part of a hate group and calling the police as a noise ordinance. And how much can I get? 2,000. Oh, that's better than 30 pieces of silver on Judas's. Senate Bill 5427. After it is signed into law, it would allow private individuals, note this is not limited to American citizens, to report, quote, bias incidents. See the definition below to the state attorney general's office with the possibility of receiving up to $2,000 of taxpayer money for this non-criminal incident. The bill was very clear. This is a non-crime which they then forward to local law enforcement to investigate. What's to investigate? No crime, no investigation. Remember, even in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, said that it was against the law to even say that you're a Jew. Where's the crime in saying your nationality? It's not. But leave it to the Greek. Look, let's go there real quick. Leave it to the Greeks. They make it into law, man. How dare you try to proclaim your sovereignty and independence of who you are? Now you are out of here. Oh no, it's like 2nd Maccabees. See this? I'm gonna start at one and read down. It says, not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High. So we always see that there's always going to be some operatives operating within our nation, Uncle Toms and Coons, trying to persuade our people not to follow after the laws and not to keep after the traditions of our forefathers. They're always going to be talking about, oh, our religion is better. There's more freedom over here. You don't have to keep the laws. Hey, that's dangerous what you guys are into. You know, I don't want to be a part of no hate group. You know, I'm for peace. I love everybody. What's wrong with you? How come you don't want to, you know, let the kids go Easter egg hunting? That sounds abusive. What? You making your kids fast for atonement? Man, Christ is the atonement. You don't have to do that no more. This is wicked. We need to call the police, child protective services. See, all of them types is all throughout our community. They could have your same last name. They could be your coworker. They could be in your congregation. They could be online, using their influence and well, that's what they call it now, an influencer, utilizing that to persuade many, right? Continued on, it says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and they call it the temple of Jupiter Olympius, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. So now the temple is getting overran by the heathen. This is why you can't be teaching a doctrine talking about the heathen can be amongst us and the heathen can come into class and come to school and they're gonna get saved through us. No, man, you leave the damn heathen alone, because they come up in there, they're gonna start tearing stuff up. Sin is gonna be inside there, man. It's gonna be all bad. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. This is what you call sacred prostitution. Sacred prostitution. They was committing prostitution in the temples. They was having orgies. They were doing all kind of badness, sexual deviancies to the gods. All that was going on. I mean, but how much different? We'll leave that alone. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or an ancient feast, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Now we're hearing about these new laws. If they don't like what you say, bias incidences. If you just read Deuteronomy 7 and 6 and say we're above all people upon the face of the earth, that's a quote bias incident. You're proclaiming a biasness, saying your people are better than mine. Hey, the Bible said it. I just read it. What's the problem? I don't like that. That sounds like wrong speech. That hurt my feelings. Hey, you just called me a transformer. I don't like that. Well, Transformer is a cartoon and a toy. I can't say that anymore. Well, you're misgendering me. What? There's male and female. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Police. I want to make a report. And when can I expect my $2,000? See, the progressive and Marxists who sponsor this bill say it's intended to help, quote, victims of hate crimes. Those guys are saying we're not the real Jews. We're not God's people. How dare they? I want to make a report. Get rid of them. They help the victims of hate crime before a crime even happens. Say what? In reality, SB 5427 would create a tattletale hotline, undermine legitimate criminal investigations, and freeze, not just chill, speech and the press in Washington state. People have stopped talking to others and writing to others except for very close friends and relatives for fear of a, quote, greedy Karen reporting them to Washington's versions of the Gestapo. So y'all go look that up, man. I looked at some of it. I think it's around 12, 13 pages, something like that. Senate Bill 5427, a hotline introduction with rewards to help them round up and prosecute people who are being investigated for hate speech, bias incidences, saying something that hurts your feelings, whatever. I mean, this is the level of where we're leading down the pipelines of famine of the word happening, prosecution of the prophets for teaching the truth, martyrdom, imprisonment, so forth and so on. So there you go. But that's not all. Look.
Congress is considering a bill that would ban TikTok from all electronic devices in this country unless the Chinese company that owns the social media network sells the company. The bill passed a crucial vote yesterday in the House Energy and Commerce.
You see how America's so cold, man? You tell me that the damn white man don't run the world and he's not the wicked. They said that Congress has passed a unanimous bill. It's already been approved. Now all they got to do is get passed through the Supreme Court and it's over with. TikTok will be off of your phones. So all of y'all that love TikTok and love scrolling on there, and now it's being utilized as a weapon to get the lost sheep. Brothers, I'm understanding is having classes and holding debates and all kind of stuff on TikTok and doing a live. it's become another bait to get Israel. They're getting ready to cut that off. And that is another thing that has captivated the minds of our people. I think they said there's like billions of users of TikTok. People love TikTok. Forget the dances, forget the trends, forget utilizing that to promote your business, to go viral and get money. They're getting ready to cut that streamline off. So it's already been unanimously approved. They just need the Supreme Court to stamp it. And before you know it, TikTok will disappear. And that will be one less way to communicate for those who utilize it for, teaching the truth and promoting, I've seen a lot of good videos, man. People doing, information about history, pulling up old videos, busting somebody saying something that they, said they never said. I mean, all kind of stuff is going down on there. And now they've been saying, yeah, see that? Brother said, man, Israelites been going hard on TikTok. Well, they getting ready to strip that. They said, unless the Chinese sell the company. Well, who do you think they want them to sell the company to? Let's back that up.
Congress is considering a bill that would ban TikTok from all electronic devices in this country unless the Chinese company that owns the social media network sells the company. The bill passed a crucial vote yesterday in the House Energy and Commerce Committee. It comes as TikTok launched an aggressive lobbying effort urging users to call congressional offices to complain about the bill. Lawmakers have national security concerns over whether the Chinese government could access the personal data of Americans who use TikTok through the parent company ByteDance. The House will vote next week on the bill. Congress.
So here they are saying, we're doing it for your own good, Americans. China's got, China's spying on you. What? And America's not? Good Lord. America saying we are the only ones who should be able to spy on you, man. The NSA, the Department of Homeland Security and FBI, we're the only ones who should be violating your rights. We're the only ones who should be listening in on your phone calls, man. We're the only ones who should be tracking you with the cookies and predictive programming about what you're shopping for, what you're listening to. You're on the phone talking to somebody, man, and you guys are talking about going to buy some new tents for tabernacles, and next thing you know, you're getting ads on your phones advertising new tents that you can order off of Amazon and Big Five and Bass Pro Shop. And they're saying we're the only ones who should be able to do that, man. All the damn phones come with TikTok already as an app on your phone. Well, who allowed that, man? The FCC and FDA and all of them, all the alphabet agencies are the ones authorizing and said it's okay. Now they acting like we're looking out for you. Hey, man, we don't want the chinks having access to your information. So we told them either you give it up and sell it to us, or we're going to have to just ban it and you're going to lose your biggest market here in America. So we're going to see if Moab collapses and sells out, or they say, well, the hell with it, man. We still got, hundreds of millions of other users all throughout the world. We don't need America. Either way, they're trying to get rid of it so that it would be one less form of communication of spreading truth is concerned. Okay. So there you go. Famine of the word, all these restrictions, it's coming down the pipeline, man. It's coming down the pipeline.
Is considering a bill.
Look at this guy. Y'all seen the thumbnail? This is how dangerous the damn internet has become now, man. Hold on. This is how dangerous this has become. It is unbelievable. You want to talk about 2 Thessalonians 2. And I'm gonna start at 1. We'll read down. It says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord and Mashiach Yahushua, and by our gathering unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Mashiach is at hand. Hello? Pay attention. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come, except there be a falling away first. Falling away first was the Israelites falling from grace keeping the laws and the commandments, falling into the curses and the captivities and the oppressions that led to our downfall of disobedience. Continued on, it says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Esau has been revealed as the son who goes against all of what's right. The man of sin who promotes all kind of sin, wickedness, and unrighteousness, gloats in it, right? Refuses to repent. Verse 4, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshiped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So he's the one who promotes himself as being, quote unquote, the Most High through media, television, film, Caesar Borgia, history, vandalism, you name it. He now is the holy figure that wants to be worshipped. But look at this. I'm gonna drop down and get right to the point at verse 9 and verse 8 and 9. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. So, the so-called white man is going to tell on himself. He's going to reveal all of his secrets, everything he's planning and plotting and doing. If you ain't woke enough to understand what he's talking about in code, you should know. Man, this guy is going to confess before he commits to it, and then he's going to be like, hey, I told you, don't blame me. You had plenty of time to figure it out. You had plenty of time to repent. We know that the grace of the Lord is upon your people. All you got to do is repent and get right. But you didn't believe me. See, consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Lying wonders. Now, think about it. This is a lying wonder. This is a pure lie. Trump was not sitting on the porch with these jakes, and he's posing like he's part of the clique. Trump was not at this Christmas party with these damn jakes celebrating Saturnalia. But AI now, see, this is so damn dangerous, man. I've always said, if you see me in any compromising position or a video talking freight, that is not me. That is not me. They can have you imposed in this picture, and it can go viral. All it takes is for one Jake or somebody, or even Esau, an enemy of Israel, could pop up and just say, hey, I'm going to start making these little AI memes about these Israelite leaders and brothers out there that I'm going to promote this, and I'm going to start dropping it into social media. And a Jake is not going to do the right thing and call and find out or reach out accordingly. They're going to do what? Share it, spread it. Deuteronomy 13 says, I guess I got to go there too. The law tells you, if you see a man committing sin, man, he's out there doing something. Look at this. Deuteronomy 13. And we'll start at 12. We'll read down. It says, if thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities, which the Lord thy God have given thee to dwell therein, saying, certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of the city, saying, let us go and serve other gods which ye have not known. Now, he said, now, if you hear the word that there's certain men of the children of Belial, and they're out here telling everybody, we ain't got to do this, we can worship other gods. Hey, I just seen a picture of IQAhmath with some harlots at a damn strip club with a Santa hat on. Somebody caught him slipping and took the picture, and he was smiling. Where'd you see that at? Man, it's on Instagram. I thought he didn't even have an Instagram. Well, I don't know. All I know is, man, brother shared it with me. I shared it with him. And next thing you know, it's flying all around the place, man. It's on YouTube. It's on Jason made videos. Yeah, this brother, he's been in the truth damn near 30 years, and now he's in a strip club. Look at him. Wicked as hell. You know how Israel does it. But what are they supposed to do? Let us go and serve other gods which ye have not known. Verse 14, then shalt thou inquire and make search and ask diligently. You do not go with what the brother's wicked. The brother said, you got proof, brother? Where'd you hear that from? What did he do? Okay, I'm gonna call that brother, man. I'm gonna find out. I gotta do my own search. Let me inquire and make search and ask diligently. Brother shit, man, brother know me. Hey, let me go send this brother a message. Let me reach out to him. Hey, I seen this picture of you, man, in the strip club. It's looking bad, man. What happened? You all right? And I can answer to that. Yeah, you know what? I'm done with the truth, man. I'm off. If I'm gonna be honest, I say it. Yeah, I'm done, man. To hell with it. Or I can be like, what? Which 99.9% of the time will be my response, because I don't know. Nobody's guaranteed nothing in this world, man. The Most High can sweep you up off your feet and be out of here any minute if you don't abide by the commandment and do it accordingly. So I always will leave that 0.1%, but I pray that the Lord never take his spirit from me, man, and I fall into that victimization. But at the end all be all, my right response would be, what? Hell no. Where did you hear this from? They got the picture. Picture? What? Let me see. So, that's fake as hell. Like, hell no. Ask anybody. We put me up on trial. Hell no. That's slander. That's wicked. That's evil. That is not me. Then the brother can say, yeah, you know what? I figured that wasn't you, man. You know, this AI is something else, man. You good with me. I didn't know. I knew that wasn't your character. I knew that wasn't like you to be that way. Okay, I'm satisfied. But you know what? 90% of Israel, the rest of Israel is going to run with it because they love tea, love some dirt, love some drama, love some BS. It says, then thou shalt inquire and make search and ask diligently, and behold, if it be truth and the thing certain that such an abomination is wrought among you, thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof with the edge of the sword. So the Lord said, if you find out it is true, man, you got every right to go ham and tear it down. Tear down my character, tear down everything. But you got to go ask, you got to search out, you got to do the right thing according to the law first. That's why we don't abide by tale bearing, and you ain't supposed to be listening to the gossip and spilling the tea and all of that. If it's really of truth and it's really of a concern, you should go and find out for yourself. Don't listen to the okie doke. Don't follow the crowd, because this type of stuff is out there. Lying wonders. And this is the level of where politics is going now. It ain't even got to be nothing real no more. Ain't even got to be real no more. It can be fake as hell. But nowadays, hey, man, as they say, man, the truth is more entertaining than the lie. I mean, the lie is more entertaining than the truth, I should say. Shalakia. And people don't want the truth. They would rather just go along for the ride of the drama, as opposed to, man, was that real? So now they're entering even into politics. So this devil, he gonna sit out here and use these pictures to act like, yeah, I'm amongst the blacks. This, slow Biden, he just had a little fake propaganda moment with the Jake that he paid off a student loan or forbade he gave him forbearance on a student loan, and he went to the Jake house. Did y'all see that? Went to go have dinner with the Jake, and guess what they was eating? Fried chicken. Oh, y'all think I'm playing? Oh, okay. Hold on. You know, if I say it, I'm gonna show it. Oh, look. All right. Even Stephen A. coming out. Stephen A. Smith scolds Biden for pushing racial tropes after fried chicken dinner with the black family. Oh, okay. Biden eats fried chicken with black family to reshape his image.
This is the reason why I've canceled my doorbell camera subscription.
I'm not even gonna go to the video. Y'all can go see it for yourself. But this type of stuff they doing, pandering out there for the black vote. They say they was eating fried chicken and cheeseburgers or something. It was a Jake and his two sons. And they were just so happy, man. His old ass came in and sat down and, you know, questioning him, doing some old milquetoast interview with him. It was fake as hell. But they love to drag along the Negro plight when it's time for some votes. Oh yeah, I love you niggas. Come on. Did he bring the hot sauce? You know, no, Hillary got the hot sauce in her purse, man. She wasn't invited. Remember, she said she don't go nowhere without her hot sauce. So you know, and but Biden said, man, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. So if you don't like it extra crispy, I guess you ain't black either, man. But this is the level of politics of where they're going, you know. But these are the lying wonders, man, that the man of perdition and inspired by Satan. These are the type of miracles, man, that he's relying on. You couldn't tell me that this wasn't a real picture, man. First glance, you're like, damn, what the hell? Now he definitely looks the odd man out, like what the. But now you see these Negroes running around here talking about they ready to vote Trump. Is it that far-fetched to think that he would be posing up with some Jakes? There's old pictures of him with Snoop Dogg and back in the 90s. He used to hang around Jakes. So, you know, here we go. Good one by On the Foolish, man. That gave me a scripture just popped in my head, man. Proverbs 14:15. Proverbs 14:15 says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. See that? The simple is going to believe everything, anything pops in there. I love the blacks. You're going to vote for me. We're going to do well. Very, very good. Crooked Joe Biden doesn't like you niggas. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Trump, man. Yeah. Well, he loves us. I saw the picture. Meanwhile, you don't realize, and you start doing some research, you start seeing, oh, these are AI images. Oh, that was fake. Oh, he really don't love you. Did you do a diligent search? Did you valiantly do an inquiry? No, you just ran with it. That's a simple-minded person going to believe every word. Simple-minded person is going to be the one to just sit back and just get spoon-fed everything in their mouth, man, and just, oh, yeah, it's got to be true because he said it. Got to be true because he sounds convincing. Oh, it's got to be true because, you know, she said it. What? A prudent man is going to look well to his going. He's going to make sure that his path is straight. He's going to make sure that where he's being led down to isn't a path of destruction. You understand? So, you know, there you go. Let's continue on. Dangerous, man. Dangerous. Now, we talk about Biden with weed and coke in the White House. Well, what was going on under Trump's administration? See, these damn heathens, man, they can't keep their hands off of the drugs. Trump's White House was awash in speed and Xanax. So, you know, Trump is in there with speed and probably Adderall, and they taking Xans. You know, Slow Biden's in he's a little more hardcore with the coke. But he's still, you know, they got weed up in there too, man. So, you know, they do recreational and they do hardcore under Slow Biden. Trump, they were just on some, you know, getting stimulated. I don't know what Xanax does. I know a lot of these little jakes run around here, they doing Xanax and popping all other kind of pills. But yeah. If you ever looked at the actions of the Trump White House and wondered, are they on drugs? The answer was, in some cases, yes, absolutely yes. In January, the Defense Department's Inspector General released a report detailing how the White House medical unit during the Trump administration distributed controlled substances with scant oversight and even sloppier record keeping. Investigators repeatedly noted that the unit had ordered thousands and thousands of doses of stimulant modafinil, which has been used by military pilots for decades to stay alert during long missions. So here they are taking speed, Xanax, Adderall probably, and they was passing it out. Now, they're only bringing this out damn near, what? Trump was president almost 8 years ago. He had his 4 years. Now, Slow Biden's rounding up his 4 years. So are you saying now all of a sudden that he's running again and it's got the Republican nomination. Oh, now we're gonna talk about how hey man, don't vote him in there, man. He be dishing out drugs in the White House. I mean, can we flash back and see what Slow Biden and them is doing? Coke, weed. I mean, they both wicked as hell. I mean, what are we talking about? But here they go. You know, this is for political reasons, man. You know, Trump had his people up. You know, don't take a no dose, man. Go ahead and snort this or pop this. See, the report didn't say why so many of those pills have been given out, but for many who served in the Trump White House, the investigation highlighted an open secret. According to interviews with 4 former senior administration officials and others with knowledge of the matter, the stimulant was routinely given to staffers who needed an energy boost after a late night or just a pick-me-up to handle another day of a uniquely stressful job. I mean, anyway, these sound prescription-based. Slow Biden had illegals. So you be the judge. Either way, all these Edomites, man, is doped up in there running the country. Look at this. America's, I'll died. You're going to like this one. America's 125 million guaranteed income giveaway. Huge rise in taxpayer-funded programs offering no-string handouts. Up to $36,000, including a DC scheme used by mom to buy a $6,000 luxury Miami vacation. Remember that? We covered her. She got the $10,000 and took a vacation down to Miami. You know, they New York, they over there handing out the bodega debit cards. California's got the universal basic income program for select few. So here they're divvying it up. This is part of the pilot program. This is part of the universal basic income that they want for everybody and everybody to be dependent upon the B system for your livelihood, for your food, clothing, and shelter. Right? You know, you got all these jakes, man, so hyped up on stimulus, man. Stimmy, give me another stimmy. I need another stimmy. Do you really want it? Because you know what's at the end of that string? Slavery and oppression. To keep it real. So we see all these, look at all these the states, man, lining up. 7.2 million. They got the budget lined up for 2 years in Oakland for 600 people. They're gonna get 500 a month. LA City, they got 3,200 people lined up for a year. They're gonna get an extra $1,000 a month. LA County, there's another program. They got 1,000 people over 3 years, gonna get an extra $1,000 a month. No strings attached. Do what you want with it. Atlanta, DC, Newark, New Jersey, Mount Vernon, New York City, Baltimore. They're slowly but surely, man, reeling in the people with this universal basic income. They're changing the dynamics of what's happening with the economic system, man. They want everybody dependent upon them. See, you know, they utilize the systems of welfare and SNAP and EBT and CCRC and all these programs, man, the government handout programs to create a dependency. There was a video, man, there's this one sister I seen, and she was breaking down how, you know, the welfare system, man, completely cripples and controls a black woman. And, you know, she broke it down nice in a couple-minute video. I meant to clip it and add it on here, but, you know, it ultimately shows that the white man wants complete power over us. And the more that he provides and says, here, get it from me, don't get it from nowhere else. And as soon as you say, no, I want to get it myself, man, you go out there into the world and it ain't what you think it is, and then you go back begging again. You know, it's like a pimp. You know, pimp got it. You know, America is the biggest madam, the mother of harlots. They got everybody. They prey on single mothers and everything else, man, prostituting them, telling you, man, you can't have nothing if you don't get it from me. And you better not try to go find another pimp. You better not try to go out there and independently serve yourself. You better not try to get out this farm system. As soon as you do, you go out there, man, and you're dealing with all the oppressions, and you can't get the job you want, you can't survive like you thought. Oh, you guys actually got to start paying your full rent. I can't do it. I can't have a man. I can't in the house. I got to constantly be a baby mama. I want to settle down. I want a life. Oh, when that don't work out, man, go, come on back home to the stable. See, come on back to daddy. Dependency, you know. See, and that's where it gets dangerous. But that's what they want. That's what they're lining up. Is they want a system of dependency for everybody, and it's going to be tied in with this universal basic income, universal IDs, social credit scores, everything. Look at this. Psalms 26:8 says, Yahweh, I have loved the habitation of the house and the place where thine honor dwelleth. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men, in whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. The Most High saying, we pray to the Most High that we don't get caught in the life of sinners, man. Getting caught in the death and in the destruction that America leads for, which is nothing but a life of sin and unrighteousness. Nor my life with bloody men. Well, who's got more blood on their hands than the so-called white man? And whose hands is mischief and their right hand is full of bribes. Here, oh, you need a little stimulus here. You need a little guaranteed income. Be part of this pilot program, man. No strings attached. Oh, here, poor little migrant. Take this debit card, man, to your local bodega. Now you can only buy these GMO-based foods. You can only buy this fake meat. You can only buy this. But hey, there's no strings attached. You know? Oh yeah, it's $3,000 on there. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. And when you run out, we'll just give you some more next month. But follow the rules. Yeah, and we're going to need to track and trace everything that you do. Yeah, we're going to have to make sure that your behavior is lined up in alignment with what the system is saying. Yeah, you're not going to be able to log onto your social media account unless we're fully aware of it and we approve or disapprove of what you're posting. Yeah, you're going to have to start reading that Bible. And no matter of fact, if you're going to qualify for this, man, you're going to have to shave your beards. You never know what kind of madness coming along with this. But this is what they got lined up. All right. Let's continue on. San Francisco overwhelmingly votes in favor of law and order ballot measures and new rule that will force welfare recipients to pass drug tests. See how that works? Oh, they got legalized it. Oh, yeah, you're out there smoking the weed, popping the pills. Everything's fine and dandy, huh? You can go sit back, collect that check, get the EBT cracking. And now when they double back and they say, well, you know what? You're going to have to clean up if you still want them benefits, honey. What's Tawana and them gonna do? You already strung out. You already told her, hey man, it's legal. Go ahead and do what you need to do. And now they double back and pull the reins back and say, oh, you can't have that as long as you're on drugs, honey. You're gonna pass this drug test if you want your benefits. See how that works? They lay out the whole trail, and just like a little sheep and chicken pecking and followed along until you're in the trap. Now they got you. Same way they're gonna do this little universal basic income. Oh, it's free, no strings attached. Take the money. Yeah, great. Buy what you want. And then slowly but surely, it's we're gonna have increases on the money. Just wait. We're getting the budget approved. Got it? Okay, boom. And then it's that restriction, this restriction, that restriction. And you can't do it. You created a life to where you're dependent upon it. And then when they introduce all these new laws about why and what you can't do to qualify to get it anymore, you get cut off. Now you're back on your ass in the streets again. Struggling, taking penitentiary chances. And that's exactly what they want, because guess what? The prison industrial complex is already set up to lock us up, and they can profit off of it through Wall Street and the 13th Amendment and all of that, to make sure that they can go ahead on and continue to profit on our downfall. So now they're getting ready to pass law in San Francisco, no EBT and no welfare if you can't pass them drug tests. Knowing they got all these jakes strung out on drugs right now. having safe zones to go shoot up, safe zones to get high, you know. God Jake's out here, man, selling, sipping lean and doing everything, man, sitting on their ass all damn day. And now they're gonna come back and say, guess what? You're not gonna be able to keep getting them benefits if you're on drugs. So watch how these people descend into chaos. Absolutely, that's right. That's right, Elder. Let me get that one. Ecclesiastes. You know what? See that? Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. See, the bribery, the gifts, man, will destroy our minds, man. We be thinking it's all for the good. Oh, yeah, he loves us. Yeah, he really cares about the community. He really cares about these poor black kids and poor Hispanic kids out here, you know, struggling in the ghetto and the hoods. Man. Oh, yeah, he really cares about the, you know, the poor Indian families out on the reservations. No, he doesn't. He's setting up traps. So, you know, when the Israelites is out there telling our people to repent, man, clean up and, you know, honor your temple and so forth and so on, we're trying to save our people from stuff like this. Because as long as our people keep saying, well, Pharaoh said, well, I can smoke this. It's legal. Yeah, and he's giving me money too. Yeah, well, when Pharaoh says, oh, you're strung out on dope, little nigga, we taking that money too. Now get out of here. Guess who you should have listened to from the jump? You should have got cleaned up and got your life together and repented when we told you before you end up saying, damn, I lost everything. Yeah, too late now. Right? Let's continue on. See, so here they go. They've got money to hand out. Why? Because it's pretty much burnt out anyway, man. The US dollar is sliding faster than, you know, I can't think of a good analogy, but you know, the dollar is really going downhill, man. This was as of I think this is a few days ago. But Bitcoin, the digital currency, the last I heard was I think as of yesterday or today, it's at 71,000 right now. It's at its record high. So while the cryptocurrency, gold is at its record high right now. Gold is at over $2,100 an ounce, highest ever. Silver is rising up. I told y'all a long time ago. I'm not no financial expert, but I told y'all about making sure you got a little something extra to invest in on the side a year or two ago. Because this dollar, man, it's paper, it's monopoly money. It's not real. It's fiat currency. It's backed by nothing. All they can do is just keep printing it up. The more they print, the less value that it has. So inflation is skyrocketing. Slow Biden's talking about they got inflation down and his economy is the best it's ever been and all this other stuff. I can't tell. Banks are closing, layoffs in the record numbers. The dollar's value is going down. You've got other nations who've assembled and built up rival currencies to battle the dollar. You got precious metals now are being evaluated way better than the dollar and a backup and a hedge against inflation. You got digital economies now who are booming and saying, man, the hell with the dollar. We ain't even dealing with that no more. And what's America's answer? Hey, we need to give more money to Ukraine. Hey, maybe we can get some more debit cards sent for the so-called migrants. Maybe when we got money, or the more that they keep printing up, the less and less it's worth, and the more our prices and food. They talking about inflation is balancing out back to normal. Can you tell at the grocery store? Yeah, I can. Can you tell that any of the goods and services that you're used to buying? I mean, we were just talking about a particular mouthwash that's good for, throats and infections, sore throats, so forth and so on. 2 years ago, it was like $7 and some change. It's $12 now. That's a $5 increase. And they talking about the economy's great. What? We see what's going on here, man. So when you see these other economies and these other financial means booming and the dollars is looking bad because you're paying more for everything else, just know that's a signal for the collapse of America. All you gotta do is look at Rome and the history of Rome and what happened with Rome. I'm gonna leave it at that. Continuing on. They're struggling for money, right? But they're getting approved budgets for this. Look, $1 million. This is part of the budget now that just got approved to avoid the shutdown. $1 million for gay BDSM parties. Yeah, I didn't say this is headlines. This is mainstream news. $1 million is being spread out so that they can go and have BDSM and gay orgy parties. Oh, they can't go without that, man. We got to get that in the budget. Oh, you forget the niggas out there starving and sleeping in tents and, you know, freezing out there in the cold and all that. Yeah, forget that. We got to have $1 million for these parties, man. Forget what? Yeah, no. Make sure that's in the budget. Oh, forget the Haitians over there killing and starving and descending into complete hell. We ain't going to help them out. Oh, the Cubans over there, they need powdered milk. Well, I need condoms. I'm not giving them no money. You dig what I'm saying? Like, this is why America has to be destroyed. $1 million for gay BDSM party, money for shark repellent studies, and homes for starving artists. Most shocking earmarks agreed to in Congress $460 billion must-pass spending bill. And they just passed it. The earmarks have already caused scandal within the Senate, where Pennsylvania Democrat John Fetterman's office tried to rescind his support for $1 million earmark for an LGBTQ center in Pennsylvania that hosts BDSM parties. Did you hear that? BDSM is bondage and sadomasochist. I believe that's what that stands for. I could be wrong, but I had to look it up. BDSM parties, right? I'm not even gonna put that in my damn search engine again because they're gonna think I'm really on it and get manipulated by the damn internet. Yeah, I seen IQ. We got his IP address. He was looking at BDSM. You can't do nothing with these damn people, man. Unbelievable. But nonetheless, gay rituals ban. You already know what goes on in these damn pits of hell, extravagant initiation, ritualistic parties that goes on in these things, man. Ran by the alphabet crew, full of Transformers and Decepticons and, you know, sodomites. You talk about modern Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Revelation 11 and 8. It's here. Well, they splurge on $1 million budget, man, just so that they can have these parties. Meanwhile, if they look on the streets, man, DC alone, the White House is in the hood. DC is all jacked up. They getting some money over there in them communities? Hell no. The funding caused a backlash on social media, prompting Fetterman, who was long one of the staunchest pro-LGBTQ lawmakers in the Keystone State, to try to erase his name from the earmark. He said he figured back, hey, just take my name off of it. No. Fetterman later told reporters it was a staff, not him, that tried to remove the funding. It wasn't my decision, he said. I was not part of the process, of course. But this is what's going on, man. But look at this. They got $1 million for some BDSM, gay ritual party orgies for the Transformers and the Sodomites. Just over half of Americans over the age of 65 are earning under $30,000 a year, and it shows how stark the retirement crisis is. This is bad news, y'all. I mean, not that we're to be even thinking about creating an avenue or retiring here in America, but no man knows the time or the day. So we don't know how much longer we're going to be here. Only thing we can do is measure the time, right? But let's say that we are here for a certain length of time, depending on your age or whatever. You got kids right now, and if you're thinking about them coming up in the next 30, 40 years, if we here, Lord willing, we not, there will be no retirement. There's nothing, you can forget about it. You wonder why Granny is at Walmart checking your receipt? Because she can't retire. She still needs some money to survive. $30,000 a year, man. You are not surviving in America on a $30,000 a year budget. That's out. The cost of living far exceeds that, man. I mean, just stop it. That's just letting you know the futures of America, man. The futures of anybody saying, "Yeah, I got my 401k." They don't take all of that stuff, man. When they collapse and crash the economy, your 401ks wiped out, your pensions wiped out, everything. And then they're gonna say, "Well, don't worry, we're gonna build back better. We've got a whole new secure. The banks get hacked, stole your money out there. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna build back better. We've got a new economy system. You need to be part of the system so that we can recover your funds. And yeah, don't worry, we're gonna give you monthly incomes to take care of everything. Yeah, isn't that nice? Oh yeah, your old jobs, the robots have taken over. You don't have a job anymore, but we'll make sure that we'll take care of you on the bare minimums. Oh yeah, there's a food stipend for you too. Then you realize everything in the damn grocery stores are coming from Bill Gates farmed materials. Because he's got the most farmland in America right now. And he's an investor in GMOs and Monsanto and every other damn poisonous company known to man. Or he's going to have it flooded, privately funding all of these other companies who's willing to take on his poison to insert it into their foods. And they say, these are the approved brands that you can buy. Ain't no different than what they do with CCRC and them other government aid programs where they tell sisters, here's your vouchers, you got to get this type of milk, this type of Enfamil, this type of peanut butter and diapers and whatever else. Yeah, it's specific because they're government program co-opted companies that go along with it, man. So if you're talking about retirement, man, look, it's over with. There is going to be no retirement. You talking about right now. People over the age of 65 are only earning $30,000 a year. It's a bleak future as far as retirement is concerned for anybody right now. Let's continue. More hacking. Remember, what's her name? Klaus Schwab said about the frightening scenario of a hack attack and all that happening. That's going to make the COVID-19 look like a minor disturbance. Remember that? Well, American Express hacked by the third-party service provider that accessed customers' credit and personal information. American Express got hacked. Look, Meta is down. Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, all hit by worldwide outage. That was earlier this week. LinkedIn, they got hit. You see, now here they go, doing all of these cyber attacks on all of the social medias, the bankings. There was some cyber attacks that happened before the State of the Union address with Slow Biden. So we see what's going on. Same way, before you know it, because you see Bitcoin and these other digital asset spaces are thriving right now. Oh, it's only a matter of time before, Bitcoin was hacked. Everybody losing their digital coins. Everybody losing their stuff. And then what's America going to say? See, you got to trust in the banks. Trust in the good old American dollar. The other ones want to gamble out there with these unsecured, unregulated funds. See? Meanwhile, they're behind it all. Manipulating all the damn prices, hacking everything. They controlling both sides of the coin. Let's continue. Biden faces embarrassing losses to uncommitted in Colorado, Washington, Minnesota as voters sound alarm on his Gaza policy. So even though he's out there shouting and commanding, he's ready to go. He's not too old, and give him another 4 years. He's going to finish the job and all this other stuff. There is a number of people who saying they're uncommitted. They're not riding with slow Biden, man. It's not looking good for him. We'll see what happens. Look at this guy, man. Confused looking. Biden says he'll get in trouble for answering reporters' questions. Listen to him.
Now, Ukraine's fight also shows that we urgently need to expand our own production capabilities and coordinate even more closely with our partners and allies. And we need Congress to pass the National Security Supplemental and the full year appropriations so that we can keep investing in our industrial base. And I appreciate everyone here and your support to make the President's executive order a reality. These initiatives will promote competition and revitalize our defense industrial base to keep America safe in the 21st century. Thanks.
I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
You couldn't really hear what he said, man, but look how lost he is. He said he really shouldn't answer the question. He doesn't want to get in trouble. Who's controlling this guy, man? Hold on.
I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
I better not start the questions. I'm going to get in trouble. You are the so-called president of the United States, man. The shot caller, the head of Babylon, the head of the snake, and the whole nine. He's talking about he better not start the questions. He doesn't want to get in trouble. I mean, I'll let you know. They didn't have his teleprompter questions, teleprompter ready. The drugs ain't kick in yet. And he hasn't been told what he can and can't say. He just got to say he's going to get in trouble if he starts answering questions before he's told. That lets you know, man, that there is an elite pulling the strings and he's just a damn puppet. Flat out. You just seen him right there. I better not start the questions. I'm going to get in trouble. Like a little damn kid. But there you go. Slow Biden at his finest. Look at it. Lost as hell.
Super Tuesday saying, do you have a message for voters?
You talk about a deer in the headlights, man. He's lost, man. This dude is a complete boo. I better not start the questions. I'm going to get in trouble. And they keep shooting at him questions. And he's just looking lost as hell. Look at this guy. Unbelievable. I love it, though. He makes me laugh.
I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
What's your message for Tuesday voters? Super Tuesday saying, do you have a message
Look
for
at
voters?
He's so confused and so intimidated all these questions. He don't know where to go. Unbelievable. There you go. Slow Biden. Let's move on. I got about another 10 minutes or so, man. So let me get to moving. The question's always being posed, right? If he doesn't make it, Trump don't make it, they're already pushing out the narrative. Hey, these guys are too old. There ain't nobody feeling neither one of them. We need a replacement. Who can we dig up? Is it going to be Michelle Obama? Is it going to be Gavin Newsom? They're not going to make it to the primaries, man. We need to replace. Well, guess who pops out? The return of the Clintons. Who thought about that? See, late last June, when Bill Clinton welcomed Larry Hogan to Little Rock, the ex-president realized he had an opportunity to step carefully back into the political fray. The pair was scheduled for a ticketed chat about bipartisanship on Clinton's home turf. Justice Hogan, the former Maryland governor, was rumored to be thinking about a third-party presidential run via the No Labels group, which he also was co-chairing. Before they walked on stage, Clinton delicately made his view clear that the Republican, even though Hogan hadn't asked any independent campaign of the kind, No Labels. Shoot, this thing is jacked up. Let me get this thing looking a little better, y'all, so I can read it right. I'm gonna just narrow it down a little bit. I can read it. Y'all might not be able to see it, but all right. It says No Labels Group, which he was also co-chairing. Before they walked on stage, Clinton delicately made his view clear to the Republican, even though Hogan hadn't asked any independent campaign of the kind No Labels was talking about could only benefit Donald Trump. It's been 8 years since Clinton was on the ballot, the longest period since Bill's first failed congressional campaign in '74. Long story short, man, Bill Clinton is not turning down the idea of a possible pop-up within this election period, let alone his demon wife who loves death and loves war and loves to call for you so-called Negroes to be brought to heel. You know that with the '94 crime bill, for your sisters out there, man, she loves her some hot sauce. So make sure that you fry that chicken and catfish extra crispy for her. They're on the prowl, man. Here they go. No matter his background, all his pedophile island issues he got busted with, what's the name? Epstein and all of that. I mean, there's no stopping them. They don't care. You can call them out on all their wickedness, man. They're gonna still say, I'm still in control of the earth. I still got some time left. F you and what you're going through and your self-righteous BS. Yeah, so what? I'm wicked. I've been revealed. But I'm going all out. So there you go. The Clintons might make a reappearance on a third-party ballot, trying to get rid of Trump and slow Biden. People wondering, will Michelle do it? Well, Michelle Obama finally breaks her silence on whether she'll be running for president in 2024, as disgruntled Democrats urge her to run instead of 81-year-old Biden. The former First Lady maintains a star power with Democratic politics despite largely removing herself from the political scene in recent years. As former First Lady, Michelle Obama has expressed several times over the years she will not be running for president, said her office. So Michelle saying, I'm not with it. Don't think I'm coming up. Why? Because she got to make way for her white mama, Hillary Clinton or Hillary Clinton. Who knows? She might be the one saying that. No, step back, Michelle. Know your place. I got this. Who knows? But Michelle saying it ain't gonna be her that's gonna step in the arena. But it's being rumored out there. Neither that Trump or what's the name doesn't make it. Slow Biden because of health reasons and everything else, and Trump because of his legal issues and his money problems. I just seen an ad on YouTube yesterday. Trump begging for money. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but you will. If your algorithm is set on anything political, you watching any stuff, you're gonna see an ad from him asking for donations. He didn't do that his first campaign. I don't remember that. He was proud to be funding it himself and all this other stuff, and he had plenty of donors that was giving money hand over fist. Now he's out selling bootleg tennis shoes and doing YouTube ads saying, if you got $5, $10, $20, please send it in because we got to get crooked Joe Biden out of office. And if you don't have it, please don't send it. You got to take care of your family. I'd rather you do that. But if you do got it, send me whatever you can. I mean, will work for food now on the internet. The ad is there. Y'all will see it. So he's begging for money. So they may say financially or even legally, they're trying to get rid of him. So with those two out the way, somebody's got to step in. This is just Nikki Haley. She officially dropped out. So, officially it's about to be the rematch, Trump against Biden. All right. So we'll see what ends up happening. Democrats are ready to hit the panic button in the Trump and Biden race. They get nervous now because they don't want to see this repeat again because what's going to happen. Trump's getting all the populist votes and all that. Slow Biden is slowly declining. Not even slowly. He's fast tracking into 6 feet under. But if it just looks way more obvious again that the election got swiped, these Edomites gonna really go crazy. You thought January 6th was something, man. They're gonna say that's it. The system is completely corrupted. It's rigged. It's over with. We don't have an America no more. Civil war on deck. Talk about mass shootings. Here goes some more. Terrifying moment. Hundreds run for their lives after gunmen open fire at an opening day at Georgia Six Flags. I said there'll be some more. There you have it. From the Super Bowl, Kansas City, now Six Flags. There was another one in Philly right here. 8 miners are shot after gunmen opened fire on the Philadelphia SEPTA buses in latest burst of violence. So somebody opened fire out of eight kids got shot at a bus stop. That's Six Flags. You understand what I'm saying? So, these are all things that's going to be opportunized by the Democrats and the politicians that, we need to get these guns under control. Under my administration, we're going to do this, So that's all there too. Another plane disaster. United Boeing 737 MAX suffers major landing gear collapse and skids off the runway at Houston. 160 terrified passengers are rushed to safety as FAA launches a new probe after the third Boeing incident this week. This week, they had another plane, man, that the damn wheel fell off in mid-flight and crashed and smashed up some cars. I mean, it's getting bad out there where you ain't even gonna want to fly no more. Doors flying off, wheels falling off, landing gear not working, let alone all the damn maniacs that's on the damn planes causing viral moments. Pilots jumping on board, man, doped up and drugged up, wanting to crash planes. It's wild out there, man. It's wicked. It's wicked out there. Speaking of Civil War, look, Civil War. Movie provokes timing debate amid some fearing an actual civil war. So they're doing a social experimentation. They're putting the spirit out there. Civil War, it's coming. Here comes the movie. Putting out enough realizations as to why that idea could become a reality. All you gotta do is put it in the minds of a couple of people, man. Hey, look what happened. That the Edomite man has set himself on fire for Gaza and Palestine. All they need is a couple of these little martyrs, man, jumping out there talking about America's trying to steal our rights. America did, and you motivate some of the wind up dog Edomites, man, and they gonna go crazy. They get inspired by the movie. Oh, don't let the quote unquote election get stolen again, and all that. All they need to do is this is all predictive programming. This is all social engineering that they got going on. But just wait and see. Wait and see. They're talking about blackouts. U.S. facing rolling blackouts as electricity demand is expected to double, with AI data centers and crypto mines presenting staggering challenge to outdated grid. One brother we were talking about it earlier, man, he said that his bill went up $500 from his last bill. So they're talking about because of the data mining going on with AI, taking up more space and more issues with the grid, rolling blackouts could be coming to a neighborhood or a home near you without proper power, right? There's a little education. Almond and soy and coconut, oh my. Experts reveal best milk for the body and say trendy varieties could be full of pesticides. For the milk drinkers, whoever, you might say, I don't drink milk. I drink almond milk. I drink rice milk. Okay, ain't none of them really up to par at this point, man. So, I'm not going to act like I'm this super health fanatic fiend and going to tell you what's good for your body, what's not. Everybody should know. I'm going to tell you what's lawful and unlawful according to the scriptures. But outside of that, your other health measures, man, you got to look into it, man. So organic grass-fed cow's milk, it says it's the most nutrient-dense, high in protein, high in calcium, but high environmental impact. Oat milk may cause blood sugar spike. Store-bought has additives and flavors, and it's a good source of vitamin B. Almond milk is 97% water, less nutrient-dense, low in protein. It's got high in calcium. It's bad for the environment. Coconut milk is low in protein. It may lower cholesterol, low in sugar, but it's high in saturated fats. I mean, the list goes on and on. Y'all can screenshot it, do your own research. If you do drink these things, just watch what you're drinking and understand what health benefits or lack thereof you're really getting. They like to put out there, oh man, almond milk is better than regular milk. It's 97% water. I knew that years ago, and I was like, come on. Whatever. I don't like milk as it is, but I've drunken almond milk. I've had regular milk before. Like, if you hadn't had a milkshake or something like that, man, you out here acting over righteous. But just know that everything ain't what it's said to be when you're looking at these quote unquote healthier alternatives, pesticides and all kind of stuff going on now. This last story, man. California grocery store worker who confronted a shoplifter after nabbing $500 worth of food, she gets fired. See, this is how they want the system to collapse. When they have laws in California to say you've got a $900 threshold to steal without prosecution, catch and release, all these other things, man. This damn single mom, 38 years old, she tried to stop somebody. This cat's in there stealing $500 worth of groceries. They tell her that she was acting out of protocol, out of order. She gets fired. I don't even think they prosecuted the person that got arrested or that was involved in the whole thing. She's been fighting with, and she didn't qualify for unemployment because they basically said she got fired for something to the effect of breaking protocol or something. So when she gets fired, she's like, okay, well, let me get unemployment. Unemployment's like, nah, your job said you got fired and you broke rules and that ain't gonna work. So she's been fighting for almost a year. She just now won her judgment saying that she got fired unjustly. So what kind of incentive does that give you to want to, oh, let me do the right thing at work, man. Let me stop these cats from stealing. Nothing. That's just basically, man, go on and let them go and do what they want, man. Get out the way. Still take whatever you want, man. Just leave me the hell alone. And then next thing you know, when you lose your job because profits are down, people are still, what are you supposed to do? Then you try to go get some damn EDD and whatever, and that ain't happening. Because they saying, oh, no, you broke the rules, so you don't qualify for unemployment. This place is finished. Period, point blank, man. That's all I got to say. Yeah, that's all we're going to cover. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. IQAhmath, man. Prayerfully, man, everybody got some edification, some nuggets out this DSCM today, man. If you found enjoyment out of it and edification, share it. Share it on your social medias, man. Send it to your family, send it to your friends. I know some of y'all do that. Continue to do so, man. Do your part in sharing it and spreading the gospel. We're on our way, man. We're trying to get to the end of the line of this thing, man, through faith and grace and the mercy and the keeping of the commandments. Lord, whether we make it there. All right. So with that, we get ready so we can get prepped up for the new moon this evening. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, man. Y'all be well. Always remember, fear the Most High, keep the commandments, but don't shoot your messenger. How about that? All right. Shalom.